Hello, everyone. I'm Aideen Riada. I'm the founder of the Voice Summit, and this year's Voice Summit is called Lead with Your Voice. It's happening on the 16th of November, and I'm really excited to introduce you to two of my favorite speakers of the day. Don't tell the other speakers that. But today we're going to be speaking with Juliette Noske and Claire Kelly. And their topic on the day is Speak with Purpose, Harmonize Your Spiritual and Professional Journey. So, Juliette, I'd like to go to you first. What does this topic title mean, and what are you going to be giving people on the 16th of November that will help them to speak with purpose?
For me, I guess it's bringing consciousness into what we're speaking into being and really being purposeful with what we're saying, the words that we're saying, and the words that we're thinking as well, because obviously those have a vibration as well. And, you know, we can't change anything or make anything different unless we're aware of it. So one of those first steps is awareness, and self-awareness is one of the things I talk about on my podcast, becoming, more and more self-aware. And once we are aware of something, then we can choose whether we want that in our consciousness or not. But until we know, we don't know. And once we know, then we can be more purposeful with what we're speaking to being. And
What's the
for
difficulty
me,
with
I
the
if we
spiritual,
think
adding spirituality to professional work?
the difficulty, I think it's perception and thinking about, I guess what I mean by duality. And for me, I heard this talk by this Indian guy, and he said it is consciousness. It's your conscious choices that you're constantly making. So yeah, for me, there's no difficulty in bringing spiritual into everything because I just do it naturally without thinking about it. And I think, yeah, I'm coming to realize that other people maybe don't do it as naturally as that. And so bringing my conscious awareness into that. But in every moment, we're making choices and decisions. And this Indian guy that I heard talk spoke about how, it's every choice that we're making, bringing conscious awareness into each of those choices. And so even when we're working, professionally and in our careers, about bringing that awareness and aligning it with our heart and soul, aligning it with what our heart would love to create.
Love it. Tell us just briefly what else you do outside of this, how you help people with this in your business.
I work with people to become more self-aware. One of the tools I deal with that is that our soul chose a specific name before it came down here, and that name has a vibration, the name that's on your birth chart. No, what's it called? Birth certificate. And that name has a vibration, and with that name comes certain life lessons. And this is a system that was brought down to earth and channeled by someone, and it was called the Moses Code, and it uses one of the ancient languages, Hebrew, which translates into numbers. And then from that we can understand your specific soul's contract. And
Hmm.
what helps do is align us with that, because sometimes we're stuck in patterns and we know that they're repeating, but we're not sure how to get out of them, or we don't understand the way out. And or sometimes we know there's things that we're good at, but we're not sure what's the next step we need to take to strengthen those gifts that we have or get them out there into the world.
Beautiful. I actually had a soul contract reading with Juliette. You're breaking up a little there. So I'd like to go to Claire. Claire, tell us a little bit about why this topic, speaking with purpose and harmonizing your spiritual and professional journey, is so aligned to the work that you do and what you want to talk about at the summit this year.
Hello. This is one of my favorite topics because I guess for my whole life I've been trying to do that and even understand what it means to do that. Simply put, well, Juliette said it as well about bringing your heart and your awareness into what you do and why I want to do it and talk about it and why I do a lot of work around, igniting that purpose in your everyday, like your everyday life. There's one thing, and I've been to many spiritual retreats to, to search within myself, understand myself, clear blocks, all that kind of stuff. But to bring that into your like everyday life, and I mean, like I worked in corporate for 20 years, marketing, management, coaching, all that kind of stuff. And really why the intention behind what I do and why I'm speaking on this subject is I think we can swing into like a sadness because our heart doesn't get to, I guess, sing in what we do. There's a there's a beauty that comes when you really like you take that moment to be consciously aware, Juliette. That's why we align on this topic. If you take that moment, I believe in setting intentions, but really what I feel is there can be a sadness, especially in a world where a lot of work is done online and you might be far away from the person that you're helping. And the real sadness in training lots of teams around this is that they feel that what they do doesn't have any value and meaning. What doesn't matter, this email that I send to people, that doesn't matter. That doesn't make any difference. What I do doesn't make any difference. And to me, that literally, I can feel it now. Like that is a very sad place for a heart to be. And really, what I do is help to remind people that in the simplest way, they can bring their own energy and love for themselves and other people into what they do in everyday moments, like sending an email. Imagine.
That's so practical as well. Like you just feel it. So, um, you're both talking about really connecting in deeper to who we are internally and acknowledging, maybe hopes that we have, and maybe sadness or emotions that we might have, that we're not fully able to express our truth or, our whole self in professional circumstances. So I think this topic is really beautiful because it's really about bringing our authentic self into situations. Um, and I mean, I say it all the time, like your voice matters, but when we feel like we're throwing, sand on or like the spaghetti against the wall and nothing is sticking. And that can be how business people can feel, if you're an online business. You can feel that way if you're having sales calls and you're not connecting with people. You can feel that way when, your like emails are very dismissive or too business-like, right? So to keep that kind of heart in things, I think that's one of the biggest connectors for you too, is heart, and to bring heart into everything that we say, everything we do, and to be looking for the heart of others, to kind of be aware of that and to be tuning into, there's a real person behind that email. There's a real person that we're talking to on Zoom, and it doesn't always have to be business as usual. So I'm excited to have you to speak on the topic of speak with purpose and harmonizing your spiritual and professional journey. Before we finish up though, Claire, you're a coach for professionals. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do outside of this, just to um, help people understand where you're coming from with it?
Yeah, so yeah, I've been a coach for many years in business and teams, and really that was a lot about, I guess aligning their potential to the business's potential, right? But also really what I love doing is more spiritual mentorship. And I also create sense for people to help align their and anchor their
Here's my sense
intention.
that Claire
Yeah,
created for
yeah.
me.
So yeah, to align that intention that you have to be able to express it. Expression is very important. And also then co-create with the universe and see what happens with your intuition and all that stuff. So I also am doing a new thing which I absolutely love called quantum healing. Yeah, so we could talk about that for a long time, but that's it for now.
It's just good to give to whet people's appetite, and you
Yeah.
know, the smell of this scent. This is the smell of Aideen being creative. So I remind myself of that every day. So thank you to Juliette for being here. Any last words, Juliette?
Just
Well, I
really
think
looking forward to next.
the internet's a little unstable, but what I got there was that you're really looking forward to next week. Yeah. And thank you, Claire, for being here. Please come and register for the Lead with Your Voice Summit. This is the third Voice Summit. It's about you. It's about helping us all come together and have our voices be heard. It's an interactive summit. Claire and Juliette will be speaking. We'll be doing breakout rooms, and there will be Q&A where you can ask them questions and share your own wisdom on that topic as well, because we all have something to offer. It's a free event, and you can upgrade to the VIP bonus option if you want to get recordings and gifts from the speakers and to follow on from the summit and really support yourself as you lead with your voice. I'm Aideen Riada again. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you on Saturday, November 16th. Bye.
Bye, thanks.